our last question is, what stories do you remember about any of the stake presidents? Well, I'm one of these people who have personally met every stake president who's ever been in the Lethbridge stake.
Wow. That's a good accomplishment. Yeah.
Well, Hugh B Brown, who was the first stake president, I met him a number of times throughout my life. Met him when he was here in Lethbridge to certain things, but later on I served in the Canada-Calgary mission as an executive assistant to the president when I lived in Calgary. And Hugh B Brown used to come and visit the mission quite often. And so a number of times I met with Hugh B Brown. And then Acel Palmer was the next stake president. And Acel, of course, was still alive and in our ward when we moved back to Lethbridge. And for a period of time, he served as our home teacher in our home to our family. And he was just a marvelous man with a lot of knowledge and understanding. He was a very, very devoted man. And I always remember the counsel he gave me when I was called into the stake presidency in the East Stake. He said, you always need to remember when you give a talk to pick a topic and deliver your sermon on the topic, and don't wander all over the place with gospel doctrine. It was very, very wise counsel from him. I think Brother Ursenbach was the next one, wasn't he? Octave Ursenbach. And he served for a long time as the stake president. And then Grant Woolley was the stake president, who was a relative of mine. And my dad was his counselor. They liked to go hunting, my dad and Grant Woolley, and used to spend a lot of time out hunting birds.
Nice.
Together with them.
Yeah.
And then my father became the stake president after Grant Woolley.
Awesome.
And I think he was there for a long time, my dad.
What stories do you guys remember about any of the stake presidents?
Stringham, I suppose, was our first stake president. I honestly really didn't have a whole bunch to do with him. President Gettleman certainly was one of our stake presidents and did an outstanding job.
I remember he fell off his father-in-law's roof and wrecked his back, and so for quite a few months while serving as stake president, he had to wear a brace. And so he did it very carefully, but he still carried on no matter.
Well, and President Mclennan actually was one of my ventures when I first came to town. And so to see him as stake president shows the tremendous development and the tremendous young man that he is.